Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Keeks, back with a brand new video, and today I'm gonna be reviewing one of my favorite Chucky movies, Child's Play 3. Now, this movie doesn't really have a ton of fans. It's kind of looking. It's not. They don't. People don't consider it the worst, but it's not a lot of people's favorites. But I really enjoy it. So with that said, let's jump right into this review.
Well, you know what they say. You just can't keep a good guy down.
Alright, so Child's Play 3 continues the exports of Chucky trying to get his soul into Andy Barclay's body. Now, this movie came out in 1991, just 1 year after Child's Play 2. And in the story, they skip ahead like 8 years, right? Um, so technically, this movie takes place in like 1998, which funnily enough is the year that Bride of Chucky will come out after this, right? So Chucky's been brought back to life. Kind of like in a silly way. They reopened the factory. That was like part of the climax in the second movie, right? And they reopened the factory, and so this factory has been closed for like 8 years, right? And you would think like they would have gone in there and like clean up all the gunk and everything. No, the plastic mask that remember Kyle poured the liquid plastic all over Chucky and he turned into that mask and his head exploded. That I keep calling it a mask, but like that figure is still in there, like the plastic covering his body and the weird looking thing. So that's been there for 8 years and now they're just starting to clean it up. Um which to me kind of seems like a little bit ridiculous. It's kind of one of the little things about the movie is like, that's you would think they would have cleaned that up like way before, like after like it all happened. But I guess maybe they just didn't want to. The company didn't want to deal with it and all that. So anyway, what happens is they're cleaning up. A crane comes in, picks up that gross, grotesque body of Chucky covered in li- liquid plastic. It pierces him. Body starts bleeding. Blood gets in like the liquid plastic vault, and then they make a new good guy doll, and that's how Chucky comes back to life. Kind of a little silly, but it's a horror movie about a killer doll. You kind of have to suspend your belief or disbelief for a bit, especially with Chucky. Anyway, so Chucky comes back to life. He wants, you find out where Andy is. Well, it turns out 16-year-old Andy is he's at the military school, right? He's been in and out of foster homes, uh kind of sad that like, he's 16 and he's still like he hasn't seen Chucky for like 8 years. You think maybe he would have got some handle on his life, but he's young, he's being kept away from his mom. Who knows? Like, I think at some point she would realize, okay, like nobody's gonna believe me about Chucky. I should just pretend like it didn't happen, and we can have a normal life. And that's one of the things I really wish, like in the series, we could see what Andy's relationship with his mom is now. And with Detective Mike Norris, I really wish they could bring them into the series. But you know, maybe that will happen. Maybe it won't. We'll see. So anyway, so yeah, so in and out foster homes now, Andy's being put into a military school, and this was like a really cool setting for Chucky. I love when they put Chucky in places that he can just like there's so much he can do here, right? There's so much like so many weapon choices he can use. He's just like this is like his playground. Um I really love to see them doing like they're kind of doing that right now with like the White House in season 3 of the Chucky series. But I'd love to see them put in places like like a prison. I remember reading an interview where like Don Manson he said he had like an idea for like Chucky on a train. I think that'd be like a really cool concept. I hope we get to see that one day. Whether it be just like like a one-off episode in the series or something, right? I would really love to see that. So Andy gets to military school, he's getting adjusted, um, and lo and behold, Chucky shows up. Now, Chucky went there looking for Andy, but what ends up happening is a little boy named Tyler ends up opening up some mail. Tyler, can't do that. That's illegal. I know you want a good guy doll, but I'm pretty sure there's other ways to get one besides opening up someone's mail. But yeah, Chucky manages to mail himself, which, like, like in some of the other movies, you see like Tiffany, like mailing him, and like, okay, that makes sense. Like, you got somebody help. He's got somebody helping him. How did he mail himself? Like, how did he package himself up, put wrapping on a box? Write the address, on it and everything. It's like, it's just like, what? How? It's just one. Like I said, it's one of those silly little things that you just gotta go with the flow when you watch a Chucky movie. So Tyler opens the box, Chucky reveals himself, which was kind of silly. You wanted to get to like Andy, but then Chucky kind of realizes that like, hey, um, this is a new body, you know, because it's not the same body from like he had in the first movie, right? And then that was pretty much burnt to a crisp, and then they kind of rebuilt it in the second movie. So it's still like his body in the second movie was still like the same doll he had possessed like in the first movie, but because this was a completely new doll and everything, hey, it's new body, so like you don't have the rules kind of from before don't apply. So now he can like possess somebody new. So he tells Tyler his name, Charles Lee Ray. Yeah, Tyler just completely believes that Chucky is his best friend, and like you could tell Tyler annoys the heck out of Chucky. Tyler's like he's a good decent kid. He follows the rules. He follows rules impeccably. Whatever that word is, he follows the rules very closely. Doesn't like do anything bad. Really doesn't like swearing. And he always tells Chucky to stop swearing. He always calls Chucky Charles. He doesn't use his nickname, you know. Um, which annoys Chucky to no end. But hey, uh, Chucky's just trying to find time to get his soul into Tyler's body. Of course, he has to deal with like interruptions and stuff, and he's always being interrupted, or like Tyler wants to play some game, and like it's some like hide and seek, and Chucky's just like, oh, this is BS, right? I just want to get my soul inside this kid. Probably Chucky's probably regretting some life decisions there. But anyways, of course, Andy finds out, and he's trying to stop Chucky, and a couple other people get involved. Andy has a love interest in this one named De Silva, and she's a very fun character. She kind of like got a little bit of sass to her. One of my favorite scenes is like there's this one character, I can't remember his name, but he's the barber, right? And he's one of my favorite characters in the whole movie, right? So he's always like checking the boys' hair, right? He keeps it, short, a military cut. And he has this whole thing where like after he shaves them, he's like, Presto, you're bald. You know. He's a little bit of like silly character, right? Well, there's one scene where like they're eating like lunch or like breakfast or something, right? And he's walking like, around the tables, checking, the boys' hair, making sure they're, at the proper length and everything, and telling whoever it's not, to meet him, in his office for a haircut later on. Well, like he walks by De Silva, and she's got like long hair, right? She's just like, just like just basically shoving it in his face. as he's walking by, like, yep, nah, you can't cut my hair. Yeah, So this is a little funny character, and I love her interaction with Andy and everything. And I love like there's a scene where they kiss like towards the end of the movie, like right before we get into like the final climax of the movie, right? They're in the forest, they kiss, and Chucky's watching them. He sees them kiss, and he's like, "Man, I really gotta get out of this body." It's one of my favorite lines in the movie. So, and then sorry, not Chucky, Andy has another friend named Whitehurst, and Whitehurst is like he's like the nerd, right? Um, but Whitehurst is really I thought was a really fun character. I like that he kind of sacrifices himself in the end and like saves everybody from a grenade, which was like I really enjoyed because like he's kind of seen as nerdy character and coward and like um he knows Chucky's alive. He's seen him alive. But he kind of won't do anything about it. And then he's the only one that sees that Chucky throws a grenade and he jumps on it. Saves everybody. Um, but like one other character in this movie is Shelton, and he's like the bully. He kind of like is in charge. Besides like the older like officials, right? Um, and he's just kind of like a plea like uh dick to Andy. For lack of a better term. He's pretty much a jerk, right? And he kind of teases Andy and stuff, and just kind of seems like he just doesn't really like Andy. It's been a while since I watched the movie, but um, moving on. Say the military setting's really great. Really enjoyed it. Now they probably could have done more. There's like one thing that Chucky does do is like there's a part towards the end where they're doing like some kind of war games, like paintball stuff, right? And he replaces the paintball with actual bullets, the paintball pellets with actual bullets, which I don't know, like I don't know how it is in the military, but like this was actually a paintball gun thing, and probably you probably couldn't do that, but like I said, it's a movie about a killer doll, right? So, but other than that, like I said, cool location. They could have done like a little more with the location, with Chucky terrorizing people with the location. Um, one of the kills, he just gives somebody a heart attack, right? He jumps out, the dude starts having a heart attack. Um, Chucky gets pissed off because like, hey, I want to stab this dude to death, right? And he's having a heart attack. And the funny thing about that now is that like in season 2 of the Chucky series, the same thing happens. He jumps out, scares this nun. She starts having a heart attack. But in the series, in that episode, he actually like enjoys the fact that she finds him so scary that it gave her a heart attack. So Chucky had some evolution there, as we can see. Now the climax was really cool. It happens like in a fun house, and it's basically like it's Tyler running away from Chucky. He finally realizes that he's bad, right? Um, so Chucky's chasing Tyler. Andy and the Silver are chasing Chucky, trying to rescue Tyler. And I don't know who designed this funhouse, but they need to be fired because there were so many dangerous things in this funhouse. First of all, no security, right? And they got fucking kids. They got a fucking kid, a doll, two teenagers just running around. Um, Next thing they do, they use an actual blades. They got like a huge Grim Reaper that has a scythe, um, with a real blade and everything, not made out of cardboard and foil, what have you, right? slices Chucky's face in half, right? Pretty much like cuts off. I think it's like this side of his face, right? Cuts off this side of his face, so you just see like the muscle tendon and everything. So the face is all bloody red, right? Um, and then they have a huge industrial fan inside here with like no cover, right? No cover. It's like they got these what do you call them? The flyer things, what the little wavy things, right? Simulate fire, right? No covering on these fans, right? And this is pretty much how like Chucky dies. He's saying the chant, and he's like trying to stop him. He shoots his arm off. He finally shoots him like in the chest. Chucky starts falling. He's screaming, falls into the fan. Gets all chopped up, right? End of Chucky, right? You know, cops show up. Take Andy away. You know, the movie pretty much ends there, right? We see the carnival closing down. Um, so overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was like really fun. There's like some stuff like I can understand why people um don't like it. It is rushed. It came out right after Child's Play 2. They went right into filming it, right? They had and I think some people didn't like uh Justin Whalen as Andy. I thought he was alright. I thought he was pretty good, but I'm really glad like Alex Vincent decided to come back. That was always fun, and I hope I hope Andy gets this happy ending. The next episode. We are for the series. We are going to see Andy come back for the episode. Um, the trailers don't make it look like he gets a happy ending, but of course trailers can be tricky. But I really hope they don't kill off Andy or Kai. I think they deserve their happy ending. Um, I believe we know Kyle is like either married or in a relationship, so she's got somebody in her life, that she loves. Give them their happy ending, please. Don Mancini, don't kill them. I'm not looking forward to this next episode of the series, but jumping back into the movie, it has some good moments. I like it. One thing I don't like about it is I don't like the look of Chucky in this movie. I don't like. It just looks. I don't know. Something about him looks weird. I always. I'm like a lot of people. I always like the puppetry in the second movie. I felt like that was like the best. And besides this movie, the only other movie I don't like his look in was a Curse of Chucky. But anyways, guys, this is gonna be my review for Child's Play 3. I'm gonna give this movie a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. It's one I really enjoy. Not a lot of people don't. It's kind of a hit or miss for some people. But if you've never seen it, definitely give it a watch. It's definitely worth a watch. Even if you don't like it, you might like one viewing of it. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you all in the next one. Love you guys. See you next time.